Glasgow was the Scotia Theatre. And you see that doorway there? That's the exact spot where the Scotia Theatre, where you went in, and just as you went in, there was a desk here, right? The ticket desk. Now, if you could transport back to 1986 and went through that doorway, a 15, 16-year-old Stan Laurel would be taking the tickets at the ticket desk. And that's his first job, 15, 16-year-old. His dad owned the theatre there, right? So, what he did was, when he took all the tickets in, he would go and watch all the acts. This is how he learned his trade. He learned his trade here, in Glasgow. The Scotia Theatre stood there for many, many years. It was only way back in the 1960s that it was done away with. Now it's a big hotel. Now I approached the hotel last year to try and get a plaque up to Stan Laurel, and they just totally ignored me. But these good people in the Scotia Bar, which is the oldest bar in Glasgow, they really good with it, and they decided it was a great idea to have this up. So I'll just read this to you. Heritage Black Scotland, Stan Laurel, world famous comedy genius, started his career at the Scotia Theatre Metropole in 1906. It changed its name to the Metropole. And I don't know if anybody here old enough to remember Jimmy Logan? Jimmy Logan bought the Metropole when it was a Metropole.
Jimmy Logan saying hello?
Bought this place, the Metropole. Absolutely amazing. How's the meter? Is it?
It's still going.
Is it still? Isn't that amazing, guys? We're talking about old time folk like Stan Laurel and the thing was going crazy a wee minute ago. So there you go.
Either that or one half.
Now, let me tell you about the Scotia Bar. There's been investigations done here at the Scotia Bar, and the director's got 4 ghosts in there, right? Now, there's one particular ghost that is known in there as the Great Lady, which is in the snug area which we were in just a wee minute ago. And just as we got up to leave there, the meter went absolutely crazy when we were leaving. Nothing happened up to the time we were leaving, and the meter went crazy when we were talking about leaving. So we never saw anything because we didn't have anything to film. Now, that wee meter reader is particularly good along with film. If we'd been filming at the time, we might have caught some white orbs, because I think it's amazing at the time we were just leaving there, the thing went off. Now I'm going to do a wee trick here. Let you see this piece of it. Who wants to? You hold that envelope there, David. Now, this is 2 sets of tarot cards. Now, who wants to volunteer? Who wants to volunteer to mix these tarot cards? I've got 2 sets, I've got to separate them. Can we use both sets? You can only use one. Right, who wants to mix these tarot cards? Got a volunteer? Right, mix these tarot cards for me. Now there are 2 sets of tarot cards. That's one is the Rider Tarot deck, and the other one is the Oswald Worth Tarot deck. That one's the Oswald Worth Tarot deck. That's a tarot deck that's particularly good. I've used it for years. Right, give me that now. That's right. Just put them back in the box. Close the box over. Right, get them to. Right, let's tap on that box here. There's 2 sets in there, there's a bottom set in there, that's the upper set. Right, you want me to read it? Just hold that. Read out what it says.
It says, in the 1970s, the landlord of the Scotia Bar hanged himself in the cellar.
Right, just let everybody see that. Right, what's the top card there?
Hangman.
The hangman. The hangman. There's 70 odd cards in that pack. There's 70 in both packs. No, there's only one hangman in a pack. There's only one hangman in a pack. There you go. Now, I'd like to tell you another wee story about the Scotia Bar. A couple of years ago, I came to this bar quite early on to meet somebody in here just at 12 o'clock as it was opening, right? Just at 12 o'clock as it was opening. What happened is I'm in order a pint. And the girl goes to the bar. If you've been in there, you'll see the cash desk is in at the right there, and the bar is there, right? So the girl's in getting my change for the drink. And the next thing, I'm not kidding you, out of nowhere, a coin comes flying over and hit her on the back of the head. So she turns around to me and says, "Did you throw a coin at me?" I says, "No, it was probably the ghost." And she says, "I know, because I've seen it." Now, I've spoken to the staff here today, and they're quite happy to speak to everybody here, because all of the staff in there have experienced ghosts, all of them. So anybody that wants to speak to them can go in and speak to them. So
They're not frightened of them,
no, they're not frightened of them, but they don't seem to be malevolent. There's never been any trouble. It's always been.
What coin was it?
I don't know. A coin just come flying out of nowhere. And it happened so quickly.
Would you throw a pound away?
No, I wouldn't. No, I would not. I would not. So there you go. There's also a story of a ghost of a wee girl in there. The ghost of a wee girl is supposed to be in there as well. So, any questions about the Scotia Bar, the oldest bar in Glasgow? It's a group that own it now, but when we were talking about the man that hanged himself, I think it was a private owner at that time. And the pub that we're going to end up in the old Burke Barns, the girl that owns that told me that her dad used to own this pub privately before it was taken over by a big concern. And they owned that pub as well as the old Burke Barns, which is up the road. Now this is going off crazy again, guys. Look at this. Look at this. It was going crazy a wee minute ago.
It's your hands.
Yeah, it's stopped now. I must chase it away. So, there we go. Absolutely. Because this is quite an old pub, so we've all kind of stuff up, you know, absolutely amazing. Right, we're going to move on now to the next location.
Oh, the ghost's not this.
Right.
Must be the Ghostbuster.
Right, we're ready to move on. And we want to get some pictures first. Everybody that's in a costume should stand here and get a picture.
Wait a minute, where am I looking? Oh, it's this way. No, I'm not got it. That's it.
Very good.
Have you do that flashing? Hello? Have you do that?
Hey, that's Scotia Theatre as it used to be. It stood there, by the way. That's a Scotia Theatre.
Oh, okay.
It just stood right there.
Oh, aye.
It's a good image.
Yeah. Right, we're going to move on now, folks. Because we've got to go up to the other place by 8 o'clock. Right, let's move on now.
Do you talk to each other or something?
Bag.
That's beer. That's just out of the bottle.
Oh, is that fire? And the heat is so. I tried with the day pat stuff to find certificates again. What the days?
Guys, this is the plaque to Robert Burns, who visited Glasgow many times, and success in the plaque. He visited Glasgow June 1787, February and March of 1788. Now this was a coaching inn. The bottom half of this was a pub, and up above the upper floors were places for people to stay. And this was the main area in Glasgow. See this area here, still has a main transport area, up Earl Street. This was the main area for all the coaches to go from Glasgow to all the other towns and cities in Scotland. Argyll Street, and it's called after the Duke of Argyll. And when the Duke of Argyll died, his body lay in state in there, in the Black Bull Inn. Now it's Marks and Spencer. It's hard to believe that his body lay in state in there, and it's now Marks and Spencer. Robbie Burns used to go there and meet one of his girlfriends in there on regular occasions, as you can see from the board here. So it's fantastic to think that our national poet, Robbie Burns, actually visited Glasgow, and this is where we got off the coach, because as I say, the coaches come in here, and this was a coaching inn. He stood there. It's now Marks and Spencer's. And he says there at the quote there,
We notice Robbie every day.
the best laid schemes of mice and men. That's a quote that we all know. Quote that we all know. So there we go. The Black Bull Inn, coaching inn, stood here for many, many years, and quite a lot of famous people probably were in there, as well as Robbie Burns. This is the main area. It's fantastic, it still is. Argyll Street and Central and stuff there. Still the main area for people travelling from Glasgow to other towns and cities. So there we go. Let's go move on to the next building up here.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
Sheffield Manchester here, and it's 1745 on Boxing Day. Prince Charles Edward Stuart arrived back here in the streets from Derby, and stayed here until early January of 1746, and that is when they moved from here in the January away up to north of Scotland to Culloden. And it's well known up as the end of the Highland clans were slaughtered at Culloden by the bloody butcher Cumberland, who not only destroyed all the clansmen, he ordered that the soldiers kill everybody in the area for miles. Men, women, children, babies were slaughtered by the bloody butcher Cumberland. And what happens in British society? You get awards for what he done. This has always been the case in the British system. You get awarded for killing people. So it is still a fantastic thing that this guy actually stayed here. Although I'm not 100% behind the guy, because what he did was he left all our guys to die on a battlefield, and he pissed off and got away with it. And he lived out the rest of his life in France and then eventually Italy. So he lived to a long age, whereas a lot of young guys died at Culloden fighting for this guy, and he escaped life's not fair, we all know that.
He was a pretender, wasn't he?
Yeah,
Aye.
it's a young pretender.
That's how he got away.
Aye.
Pretended he was a woman. You know what I mean?
That's right, he went
Dressed up as a woman and
over the sea to sky.
If
Over
you
the
correct.
sea to sky.
If you see him in my songs,
There was 6,000 troops he had when he reached Glasgow. And they
only
were
one
stationed on Glasgow Green. They were stationed on Glasgow Green. He met a woman here called Clementine, his darling Clementine, Holy Prince Charlie. And they had an affair with a woman here called Clementine. Absolutely fantastic history. Although, as I say, I'm not 100% behind what this guy did. He went away and left all these guys to die. Now, some folk did the right thing when they reached Glasgow. Some of the soldiers deserted at that point and they lived, whereas others went off to Culloden. And were,
I mean, that war, Flodden was only an hour and 6 minutes,
Yeah.
an hour and 8 minutes. And
Yeah.
did you meet Flora MacDonald, who eventually saved his life?
Yeah.
And he dressed up as Betty Burke.
yeah, that's right.
And that's in my songs, what I've obviously done a bit of history on it
That's
when I'm
right.
writing my songs.
How do you want to play that song later on?
Yeah,
play that song
definitely.
later on.
Hear my song on that.
The thing's going again, so we're in the presence of spirit. It's very old, this part of Glasgow, really is. The thing's going off again. I don't know, we might find later on, when we look back at the film, the heat's taken. You don't usually see it when it's getting filmed. We might see orbs on there, spiritual orbs. We might see that later on the replay. So, there we go. Oh, there it's going again. Look at that, guys. It's up to the third bar. We're way up to the third bar there. So, we're definitely, something's happening. Something's happening around about here. This is good up over here. Yeah, it's up to the third bar. And it should just be the one green bar that's there. But some activity here. Some activity here.
Hey, Robert, when you got up the sleeve,
The breathalyzer.
a magnet.
Right, we're moving on. Moving that way now. Okay, let's jump into the floor.
All right.
Stan Laurel earlier. Scotland, this place, David was talking about the canal. And theatre's still in use, the Panopticon. It's been going a long, long time. And Stan Laurel appeared there. Now, the story goes, he was about 16 years of age when he appeared at the Panopticon. And you know what Glasgow audiences were like, even way back then, they were very, very critical. And his act wasn't particularly good. And he was getting booed. And at the side of the stage, the guy that was the manager was telling him off the stage. So he saw that and he had to come off the stage. So what actually happened was he dropped his hat and he kicked it into the audience. The audience were all in stitches, and that was the start of the career of Stan Laurel, because he realised that visual comedy was the best thing to actually do something. And if you watch Stan Laurel, he was brilliant at visual stuff, absolutely brilliant. And I don't know if you know, in the Laurel and Hardy movies, it was Stan Laurel who did all the writing. He did all the writing. The other guy, Oliver Hardy, he was off to the races and all the rest of it. Just gambling. The gambler. To be fair to the guy, he always turned up for the shows and that, and to be filmed. But this is the guy that burnt the midnight oil and he wrote all the scripts. Absolutely fantastic comedian. World famous comedian. So there you go. It's fantastic to think he's associated with Glasgow, you know. Look at this, because we're talking about the spirits are around. The spirits are around here, look at this. We're up to the first bar there. That's incredible, absolutely incredible. Right, we're going to move on. There's wee Willie Winkie. He's a good one soon. Wee Willie Winkie.
What's the punishment? How state they were?
Lift your bags along.
Right, that's it. Right, there we go. Hold on there. Wee Willie Winkie was spotted here. And there's a wee rhyme. Wee Willie Winkie runs through the town, upstairs, downstairs in his nightgown, rapping at the windows, crying through the walk.
All the children
Are the children all dead? But it's now 8 o'clock. And the guy that wrote that, a guy called Miller, that is famous just for that. Because unfortunately the guy died in poverty. All the writing he'd done, none of it took on, nobody liked it. Yet he's famous for that wee rhyme, Wee Willie Winkie. Absolutely fantastic. And who would think that in Glasgow there's a flag to Wee Willie Winkie? most folk during the week are walking by that and they don't realise it's even there.
Aye.
It's just unbelievable.
I didn't know that one was there.
Yeah.
I know the one that's in the tin.
There's one further down.
Aye.
That's right. Now across the road there's a plaque also to James Watt, the electrical engineer who did a lot of inventions. And your watts, when you're talking about electricity, watts, it comes from his name, Watt. How many watts? And that's, I mean, it's incredible, the history that's all around us here. So there you go, Willie Winkie, Willie Winkie there. Right, let's get some photos. Come on.
People in England it's a made up character.
Aye.
Aye.
Put on a wee bit.
They're going to shut some doors.
There's the meter going, it's already 4, but in the presence of spirit. I mean, that only happens in the presence of spirits. They're up there.
The wee Willie Winkie made sure all the kids were in bed by 8 o'clock. And then there was the knocker upper who went about making sure people got up for their work.
There you go.
No. They're busy walking about unless it's pointed out to you. Do you want me to carry any of these, James?
Sorry?
Do you want me to carry any?
No, I'm alright, I'm fine. You could carry that if you want. And go up to the head here.
Because I'm like, then I'm
Just watch here. Watch here.
Just watch.
Oh, I think so.
You alright, Robert?
I just watched. You okay? Right. I don't like to go back to them. You sure you're alright? Yeah. Okay. Right, this area here, there's 2 battles that took place here. 2 battles here, battles in the Gallagate. The first battle was called the Battle of the Birds. Oh, wait a wee minute, that's the rank. That's the rank. That's the protest against Westminster. It was meant to be the Battle of the Birds. No, that's the wrong one. Sorry about that. Yeah. The other battle that took place here was Bonnie Dundee. Everybody's heard of Bonnie Dundee, haven't they? Bonnie Dundee. Up with the bonnets of Bonnie Dundee. So, everybody's heard that. Come on. It's up with the bonnets of Bonnie Dundee. He was called Claverhouse. He was bloody Clavers because of the amount of people that he killed. Bonnie Dundee. Yeah, he was in the royalist side against the Covenanters, and a big battle took place here. So there were several battles took place here. Are you okay? So 2 major battles took place here. But every Saturday night we had a battle going on. Now across here's the toll booth, right? Now, believe it or not, witches were put on trial there. Now, over 2,000 women were accused of being witches. and they were burnt alive. And all the people that were women that were burnt alive was in this area here, the Gallowgate. Also it's named the Gallowgate because a lot of people were hanged here. The gallows, the Gallowgate. The gallows, when people were hanged, were actually a lot further up the road. Not at the beginning of the Gallowgate, a lot further up the road. Next to Tennant Caledonian Breweries, there's a wee street there, and that's where the gallows were actually situated. But it's horrible to think that a lot of women were actually burnt alive here. Look at that, so we're up at 5 when we're talking about that. Look at that. I went away up to 5 when I was talking about that, how the witches were burnt alive, and that went away up to, I went away up to 5, it's at 3, gone on 4, the 4th light's flashing. Yeah, look at that. When I talked about these women being burnt alive, I went crazy. So, absolutely unbelievable. Now, there's a haunted place away up the top of the high street, but it's too much a climb for you guys because we've still got to go along there to the Barrowan, to the pub that we're going to for the main event. But let me tell you about this. William Wallace took a part of his men here and he took them up there to the top of the hill. It was called the Bell of the Brae, and the Glasgow Castle stood where the Royal Infirmary now is, a big hospital. It's a big castle, that was Glasgow Castle. And William Wallace retook the castle from the English. And William Wallace and Robert the Bruce are both associated with Glasgow because they used to meet a guy called Bishop Robert Wishart, the Bishop of Glasgow, in the cathedral, and that cathedral still standing this day. Way back to the 11th, 12th century, that cathedral's still there. Now if you go in to Glasgow Cathedral and you go downstairs to the crypt, the tomb of Bishop Robert Wishart is in the crypt. Fantastic. This guy actually helped William Wallace and Robert the Bruce, and he was called the battling bishop because what he did at many battles, although he was a bishop, he would put on all the battle armour and go out and fight for Scotland's freedom, even though he was a bishop. And he was fighting well into his 60s. And he was eventually captured here at Robert was crowned King of Scots in 1306. And he was taken down to London. And he was put in the Tower of London. And he was kept in absolute darkness from 1306 up to 1314. And he was released in 1314. Does anybody have any idea why he would be released in 1314?
Not quite.
Battle of Bannockburn. When we won the Battle of Bannockburn, we were able to exchange prisoners, and we managed to get Bishop Robert Wishart back to Glasgow. But when he came back to Glasgow, because he'd been kept in darkness from 1306 to 1314, he was totally blind. He was totally blind. He lived a further 2 years. He died in November of 1318. And up there in the crypt, Glasgow Cathedral, his tomb is lying there to a great Scottish patriot, Bishop Robert Wishart. So there you go. It's very haunted up that area in the High Street. People that are in the High Street see that they experience a lot of paranormal activity up there. That's right, there's stories of nurses and all the rest of it. Absolutely, yeah. At one time, yeah, there was in this area, yeah, absolutely, yeah. So there you go. So we're going to head now along to the Bars. We're going to head in that direction now. That was way back in 1500s.
check, that's going to go. Oh, sound they're on red.
On Facebook,
Yeah.
about the witches that were all burned for silly things, you know.
What happened? A lot of these women were not involved. Somebody accused them of being a witch. Everybody okay? Hold on, let's catch up.
Did you see that thing going crazy when I was talking about the witches getting burned? I'm way up to 5 for the meter. No, I didn't see that good. Just keep that in front. Tom, you said it was the reason for the I don't know about your own, but wouldn't mind something.
One
Well, that's been a week in here.
Ross Street is one of the famous folk singer, McGinn, was actually born. This guy wrote over 400 songs and poems that were taken out at the beginning of Ross Street where this guy was born.
James, that's not 315. So getting there.
This was just it.
Yeah.
Right, this plaque was put up to Mark McGinn, famous folk singer, wrote over 400 songs and poems. And the wording says, McGinn of the Carlton, legendary Scottish folk singer, songwriter, actor and poet, born near this spot, 8 Ross Street, a great Scottish socialist and Scottish patriot, well loved by the people of Scotland, 1928 to 1977. As it says here, number 8 Ross Street. 8 Ross Street. What houses over there are all demolished now? Now a car park. Now a car park. Is that? No, there was houses over here. Now it's a car park. He was 8 or 9 children, and there's the old Glasgow Halloween here. And there's an old photo in one of his LPs, and it shows him, Mark McGinn. It shows him outside the house where he stayed. So it's absolutely amazing. And we had an amazing day, the day that we put that plaque up a few years ago.
Yep.
We had all the press and everything. This whole area was a big crowds here. The day that we put that plaque up. I had to try and work out the wording of that just to fit a small plaque, so I did the best I could to try and get an idea of the guy.
That's one of my boys' songs.
Yeah,
I did
yeah.
the best I could.
Absolutely.
But obviously
Absolutely.
it wasn't
Yeah.
good enough.
Right, we're going to go now to the venue here, which is the old burnt barn. This is a very, very old pub and beef. Yeah, well, every time we do the McGinn event in here, every time we do it, Ian can vouch for us, you see lots of orbs, lots and lots of orbs.
So there's no one anybody else.